Hello everyone, welcome to MVP Vishwakosha. Today we are discussing about 12th July 2025 current affairs. In that first point, that is 42% reservation for backward classes in Telangana's local bodies. Okay, that is the Telangana State Cabinet headed by CM Revanth Reddy approved a proposal to raise that backward class reservation to 42% for urban and rural local bodies. An ordinance is to be issued to amend the Telangana Panchayat Raj Act 2018. These changes follows bills passed in March and aim to facilitate panchayat and municipal election under the expanded quota framework. Okay. The government bases this move on the comprehensive 2024 cash survey, which reported that backward classes constitutes approximately 56.3% of the state's population. Okay, that is why that for reservation for backward class. The quota increases seeks to fulfill promises made during the Bharat Jodo Yatra as well as commitment given in the state election campaign, notably by that Rahul Gandhi, and also to support the legal backing. The state has asked the dedicated backward class commission chaired by Busani Venkateshwara Rao to submit a fresh report identify under the representation of specific backward class community and ascertaining whether the move would surplus the 50% reservation cap as prescribed by Supreme Court. Okay, the commission is expected to submit its finding by that is July 2025. Okay. That is a very important reservation and all. That is a recent reservation that is 42% for backward class quota in local bodies. Okay. Next news that is recent that in unseen Chinese vessel operating in the Bay of Bengal. Very important. Some hidden Chinese research vessel near Indian waters. It is according to a French maritime intelligence firm. Unseen Labs tracked a Chinese research vessel operating covertly in the Bay of Bengal, approximately 120 nautical miles from India's coastline. Okay, so over a 16-day surveillance period in early July 2025, the vessel turned off its AIS. Okay, AIS means automatic identification system. Actually, it isn't compulsory. That system they have to install, but they switched off that turned off that one. So use it to broadcast location data and suggesting deliberate concealment and all. So some suspected strategic reconnaissance that unseen labs report by the vessels and all, and also India's monitoring and security concerns is there, right? Stay outside Indian territorial waters. India Navy and Coast Guard have heightened maritime surveillance and are viewing protocols also. Okay, diplomatically, sources suggested the matter may be raised in bilateral channels also. Why it is important means it is a strategic approximately operating within 120 nautical miles, right, of Indian water raises alarm given possible links to submarine tracking and maritime surveillance also, and also evading tracing also disabling that AIS is a known tactic to avoid detection, highlighting covert intent also, and also pattern of behavior. This incident align with previous operations by Chinese research vessels and all. Okay, this is in the Indian Ocean region or recent years. Okay, and also very important that the historic present and Chinese research vessels and all have made monitored near Indian waters. So right, and also Indian defense posture very important. Legal framework required very important. Okay, this is about recent news about hidden Chinese research vessel in Bay of Bengal. Next is about recent that Air India flight 171 crash in Gujarat. One recent report that is due to fuel supply cut off, right? That Boeing 7878 Dreamliner that took off from Ahmedabad bound to London, right? Second later it crashed into Medical College hostel block, killing 260 people, including 19 on the ground, and only one passenger survived, right? Due to this, actually the preliminary investigation by the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau published that confirmed that both engine fuel control switches were moved from run to cut off within 1 second of each other, just 3 seconds after liftoff. Okay, this caused an immediate loss of thrust and led to the crash within 30 seconds of takeoff. Okay, the switches were later returned to run and one engine briefly relit, but it was too late. Okay, the aircraft could not recover altitude and crashed. Okay, that some prescribed altitude is required, right? So, and also cockpit voice recording captured confusion on pilot asked the other, why did you cut off the fuel? The other replied he did not. So the audio did not assign responsibility to either pilot. Okay, experts and investigators note it is highly unlikely these guarded switches could be flipped accidentally, suggesting manual activation or rare mechanical malfunction. The AAIB did not yet attribute blame. Okay, that is about a recent report, okay, on the flight. Okay, and so very important because it is the flight's fuel cutoff occurring immediately after takeoff raises serious concern about their pilot error, possible deliberate actions, right? And also rare mechanical malfunction, and also guarded design of Boeing fuel switches make unintentional activation highly unlikely. Fueling speculation around procedural errors and third party inference and all. Action take post crash include a fleet-wide inspection of Dreamliners, regulatory scrutiny, and global attention towards cockpit protocol for fuel isolation system. Okay, this is about recent that Air India crash report. Okay, next is about latest report on that autonomous district council of Mizoram, that is Chakma, that is governor's rules imposed. Okay, that is VK Singh general imposed governor's rules in the autonomous district council. Okay, for a 6 month invoking provisions paragraph 16 bar 2 of 20 BB of 6th schedule due to persistent political instability and administrative malpractice. Okay, you should know about the 6 schedules and which are the states that comes in 6th schedule. That should be very important. The move comes after sudden power shift in June, that is due to defected to the Zoram people movement, that is 12 BJP that detected to the Joram people's movement, leading to the fall of BJP-led executive headed by that Molin Kumar Chakma. Okay, due to that, governor rule is important, and also some political fallout and governance concern is very important. Okay, that is ZPM and the Mizoram government have publicly challenged the governor's actions, urging revocation of the rule and advocating adherence to democratic process. They pointed to paragraph 14 of the 6th schedule, which allows launching an inquiry commission prior to such interventions. Okay. In contrast, the BJP Minority Morcha through the Delson Notela defended the governor's decision as constitutionally valid and necessary to restore financial discipline and curb unethical practice within the CAADC. Okay, that is about recent political alignment. Okay, next, that is also very important. That 6th schedule is very important. That is about recent governor rule. Okay, in Mizoram. Okay. Next point, that is about recent religious report. That is World Global Religious Report. That is Pew Research Center report found that the Christian remained the largest group with 2.3 billion adder, and their global share dropped from 30.6% to 28.8%, and due to in part to high rates of disaffiliation. And also Islam saw the fastest growth, that is 347 million people, raising its share to 25.6%, nearly matching Christianity. The religious unaffiliated also grew rapidly, reaching 24.2% of the global population by 2020. And Hinduism grew around 126 million, staying fairly stable at 14.9% of the world population. Okay, this religious freedom and persecution reports is very important. That is about recent religious data. Next point, that is about recent report, that is ISB 2001 Glenmark Pharma innovative, that is cancer therapy. Okay, that is Glenmark Pharmaceutical Innovation, that is signed an exclusive global licensing agreement with the US Pharma. Okay, under the that is under the deal, will gain right to develop, manufacture, and commercialize ISB 2001. Okay, it is a specific cancer therapy targeting relapsed refractory multiple myeloma in North America, Europe, Japan, Greater China, and Glenmark retains the right for India and emerging market. Okay, it will receive $700 million upfront and may earn up to $1.225 billion more in milestone payment, along with the paid royalties on net slabs. So the clinical promise and regulatory fast tracking is very important, and also the gain in stock market and analytic reaction. Okay, And also strategic implication is very important. Okay, that is about recent ISB 2001. Okay, uh, Pharma's recent news. Next is about Panch Sankalp initiative for a new education policy 2020. Okay, that is Union Ministers, that is Dharmendra Pradhan inaugurated a two-day conference for over 50 vice chancellors from central universities to review new educational policy 2020, marking its 5-year milestone, steering institution towards Vikshit Bharat 2047 vision. Okay, that Panch Sankalp 5 guiding principles, that was next generation education, multidisciplinary learning, innovative pedagogy, and holistic development, Bharatiya knowledge system. Okay, next generation that education is very important. All that 5 factors. These pillars were positioned as key to reshaping higher education campus to be culturally rooted and globally relevant. Okay, and also that is student enrollment is very important, and female gross enrollment ratio, all that is very important. And also institutional roadmaps, that is curriculum reform, integrating the Indian knowledge system and promoting cross-disciplinary education, bolstering digital infrastructure and skilling faculty development and research ecosystem, and also student-centric innovation-driven camp is very important. So this is a Panch Sankalpa framework is very important in the Vikshit Bharat 2024 agenda. Okay, next is about the latest on External Affairs Minister. Yes, Jaishankar is upcoming visit to China. Okay, that is on attend the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Foreign Minister meeting in China. That is on July. Okay, it is 15, and he is expected to arrive Beijing around that July 13, 14, where he will meet the Chinese foreign ministers. Okay, that is very important. Wang Yi prior to the main SEO conclave. And also Jaishankar will interact with the Chinese Vice President also in Beijing. And also publicly stated China has Dalai Lama succession, right? That issue has to be discussed. Okay. Some of the likely agenda and strategic priorities, that de-escalation in Eastern Ladakh and supply chain cooperation, that is rare earth magnet imports and all, Dalai Lama succession and resumption of direct flight and Kailasa Manasa Sarovara Yatra and all. Well, some broader themes, that is special representatives or foreign secretary, vice ministers, supporting China's presidency of SCO and fostering stronger multilateral cooperation. Okay, this is about Jaishankar next visit to China. Next is about recent, that is US Al Udeid air base in Qatar. Okay, damaged during Operation Glad Tidings Victory, targeting that air base. A key US military hub in Qatar, housing approximately 10,000 troops and serving as a forward headquarters for US Central Command. Okay, Iran reportedly fired short and medium-range ballistic missiles. So Iranian sources claimed 6 missiles hit, while Qatari and US authorities said 13 were intercepted and 1 impacted the base. Okay, damage assessment. Satellite imagery from Planet Lab showed a destroyed geodesic radome, a dome housing secure US communication, and also Pentagon confirmed minimal damage also. Okay, that is about recent damage to that US, that is in Qatar. Okay, airbase. Next point, that is about Iceland protection zone. Okay, very important. That is recent bill, that is Iceland protection zone. Okay, that is coastal regulations and all. Okay, that is a broader perspective. That is Environment Ministry issued amendment to the Iceland protection notification 2011, covering Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep Iceland, extending the validity of that Iceland protection that zone environment clearance for infra and development projects for the earlier 5-year period to 10 years, with a further optional extension on additional year upon recommendation from coastal zone management authority also, and application by the project proponent within the validity period. Okay, the amendment rules also align with that clearance with the norms under that is EA notification 2006, that is environment impact assessment, enabling flexible provisions, that is transfer of clearances between legal entities, splitting in single clearance, and also grace period waiver. Okay, is very important, right? That is longer validity, 10 years, brings greater predictability and stability for developers engaged in Iceland infrastructure, tourism, utility projects, right? And also more flexibility and also administrative efficiency will be there. Okay. And that is about recent amendment. Okay. That is about 12th July 2025 current affairs. Thank you. Support me for further videos so that I can analyze all the topics required for UPSC and all competitive exams. Thank you.